I forget.
Choose.
Nope. How we doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Hey. Victory.
Victory, right?
That's right.
Hey, Josh, was that a case of kind of like just survive in advance, like the NCAA tournament, just kind of get past them, do your job, move on?
I mean, I feel like it's every game. We play in the NFL. Every team we play is more than capable of winning each and every week. They came out. They had a really good game plan, offense and defensively. They're a team that's establishing a culture with their head coach. It seems like they're doing things the right way over there. They came ready to play today.
Josh, you pull a mic closer to you, sir. Thank you.
Josh, first half y'all come out on first quarter you come out on fire. Not a problem. Second quarter, you got behind the sticks there a little bit, losing rhythm. What attributes to losing that rhythm?
Just got to stay in front of the sticks. We weren't doing ourselves any favors. A couple boneheaded penalties, boneheaded mistakes, throwing a pick doesn't help. Defense had our back though. They played great all night tonight or all day today, and again, just got to keep finding ways to keep moving the ball, staying in front of the chains, first downs, and again, not turning the ball over.
What did you recognize what the Saints defense was trying to do to you guys?
Early on, they were playing a lot of man, and we had a little bit of success on some crossing patterns, and then they really started to, drop back and play some of their zone and two-eye coverage and really force some things underneath. And, I thought their defensive line is one of the better units in the league. They got some studs over there, Carl Granderson, Wyman Cowboy, who he got me tonight, I think. So, it's a really good defensive front. And, we gotta be better on offense, and, it starts with me.
What happened on that fourth down play, the little shovel to Shakir? It looked like he knew it was coming, but can you explain how that maybe broke down?
Yeah, I mean, I toss it to Khalil there, and I run the other way. It seems like they just made a really good play. I couldn't tell you because I really wasn't watching. So
is that a play though, where maybe you'd like to just kind of pop it up there with either James or maybe a play fake?
I mean, hindsight's 20/20. We've ran that play before, had some success with it. So, I won't dispute anything Joe calls because it typically works.
Back game where you found Dalton on kind of that wheel down the sideline. What does Dalton do from a route running standpoint that makes that play work so well?
Well, I think it's his willingness to block. A lot of the time today we were asking him to block for some of our, whether it be jet sweeps or outside throws to Khalil. And when defenders know that, they kind of have to pick their poison. They either run up and try to cover under what's behind Dalton and allowing him to stock block and go, or they play over the top and then I throw the check down. So it's his willingness to block that's giving giving defenses trouble because they don't really know what to do it in those situations.
Josh, can you tell us a little bit just what you're seeing in the evolution of James' game overall for 4 games?
I mean, it seems like he's getting better each and every week, which is hard to imagine. The way that he kind of has this patience to hit the hole, but when he hits it, I mean, he's shot out of a cannon. His contact balance is unbelievable. His jump cuts are awesome. Glad he's on our team.
Josh, what happened on that scramble play, the one right before the Dalton touchdown? Actually, for a while things were starting to stall out. Felt like you kind of put it on yourself to try and make a play.
Yeah, 3rd and about 5. Just kind of got to the back of my drop, was feeling a little bit at the feet, and just decided to tuck it. I'm kicking myself though because Dalton ran a fantastic route, and it would have been a easy completion. But decided to make it a little harder on ourselves and do that. But again, just trying to do what I can do to help this team win football games, and needed a first down there, and just that's all I was trying to do.
Josh, Colton Bishop interception, very Micah Hyde-ish.
It was. I'd agree there. It was the body language and body control, very much so. Awesome. I mean, kept them out of points right before the half, and they were receiving the ball in the second half, and we call that double dipping, and we stopped them before the half in 3 and out, I think, coming out of halftime, and got the ball back and scored. So that's situational football. That's something Coach McDermott constantly preaches, and just happy that we can go out there and execute that.
I understand you have to deal with the defenses, giving you and all that, but for a while in the fourth quarter, your attempts were pretty low compared to what they normally are. How difficult as a competitor is that for you to sometimes not be the one who's being asked has to always make the big play or do like what you did on the scramble and ultimately make that play.
Whenever my number's called, you know, whatever that may be, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm there to make the play. And you know, flows and ebbs and flows of the game. You know, it switches every week. You never know what situation you're going to find yourself in. Obviously, today was a little bit different situation, but again, just doing what I'm asked to do. You know, whenever the plays needed to be made, just go out there and try to make them.
Jackson Hawes has been great, blocking obviously, but he always seems to get open for at least one big play per game. What has he meant to the versatility of this offense and just through the first 4 weeks of the season?
Yeah, I mean, when we roll out our 13 personnel with Dalton, Dawson, and Hazy, you know, you have to be ready for us to run it. But he gives us that element, you know, if we naked out, it's not always Dalton or Dawson coming out and making a play. He's more than capable of making these plays, and he's shown that over the course of these first 4 games.
Josh, you kind of like these past 4 games of putting it together, not the way you want to, but you're averaging 30 points. How scary could this offense really be once you guys really get clicking?
I mean, again, we want to go out there and we want to score every single drive. You know, anytime that we stall or turn the ball over or punt for that matter, we feel like it's a disappointment. Again, we're going to watch this film and try to learn from it and, you know, put ourselves in better situations early on in the game and, you know, try to stay as two-dimensional as possible and go from there.
I was going to say, you know, to Mookie's question, you guys have scored 30 or more in every single game, right? So the floor is certainly high. I mean, how comforting is knowing that? Like, you know, you guys have really raised the floor with this offense. Even on the day when you said you guys made some boneheaded mistakes, put yourselves behind the sticks, to be able to still have that output, I mean, what is that a credit to?
That's a credit to everybody doing their job, not blinking when it comes down to it, and making the plays when they need to be made, and just trusting what Joe's calling. Hey, guys.
Man, I got that. I'll send you. I agree. I'll take that.
Cameron Johnston's allowed to do it. Catch those love lines. I believe so, yes. I think he does, right? Yeah. That's the one that was. I don't know. They never sent a text, so I'm wondering if it's Shakir tends to be the usual maybe James. Maybe. Yeah. know, they get paid too.
Neighbors, ACL,
I did see that. That was crazy. It's really awful.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Also saying sorry.
It's a new spell.
Yeah.
Really?
No,
No.
just now?
Just the guy that.
Well, you missed nothing in the locker room, because when I got out there after 5 minutes, there were like 12 guys left. Including 7 you wouldn't even bother talking to, so I mean, great.
So you're happy?
Well, it's just typical. It's typical. How do you cover a team when there's nobody available to talk? Every receiver was gone.
in front of our fans. Again, great turnout, beautiful day in Western New York. Couldn't ask for anything more. Glory to God for the weather, for the win, and all his blessings. And I thought the team really came together in the second half. We weren't really playing complimentary brand of football in the first half, and came out in the second half with a little more energy and an attitude. And I thought that showed on the first drive for defense, first drive for offense. Still a lot to work on. It was good to see James, break the record that he did, the franchise record, and I'm happy for him. There's a lot of hard work that's gone into that, not just from him, but for all those around him and O-line and all those involved, Coach Cromer, all the offensive coaches to the work that they put in there. Coach Brady as well, and Coach Gund. And then Cole Bishop getting his first NFL interception. Great to see. He's worked hard, and he continues to grow every week. And I think that's it. So time is yours.
Coach, just kind of talk about Cole Bishop in that play. How important and how impactful was that play? Kind of like Mike Hyde just a little bit. I kind of thought he was still out there, but just kind of talk about this.
Yeah. Well, it was a huge play in the game. If you kind of really think about it big picture, due to they're getting the ball after half. They're down there inside of, whatever it was, 2-3 minutes to play, maybe less. And, they score before half potentially. They come out with the ball after half. And now you're talking about a potentially 14 play or a 14-point situation there. So big time play. And it was, they ran a gadget there, and Colt did a great job sniffing it out.
Reaction to the penalties, just the number of them that you guys took.
Yeah. We own them, and we got to get them fixed. So, I'll take a hard look at them and make sure that, we're teaching the right things and we're executing the right things technique wise. You can't beat yourself.
Sean, operationally with the timeouts, obviously you went all of them late. What went into those two moments when you had to kind of...
Yeah. So, starting on, we burned, I think another timeout. I believe it was in the first half, with the play clock running down. Can't do that. You need timeouts. They're, like I've said before, they're gold at the end of the half, end of the game, and we got lucky. Quite honestly, we didn't have to use them because we didn't have any left. At the end of the game there, it was substitution based. They did some no huddle. One in particular, the ball ended up on their sideline, which, when that happens, you're expecting to get someone stand over the ball. If the ball went out of bounds, in their coaching box, in the player's box there. So anyway, but regardless, we've got to do a better job with our substitutions and managing those substitutions accordingly.
Hey, Sean, the situation is 21-19. You're at midfield. You had 2nd and 4, and James comes off the field. And you go run to Ray, run to Ty, and then a little.
Yeah.
What do you mean? In that situation, thinking back, would you rather have James cook on the field for one?
Well, we got to go back and look at it. Obviously, it wasn't good enough, so we'll go back and evaluate that.
Coach, how important was gap integrity coming out in that second half? It seems like they were going to run multiple sets, some motions and shifts trying to get you off of the key there. So what would you tell those guys at halftime points of gap integrity?
Yeah, well, we start every week with that, the importance of doing your 111, doing your job. I thought overall, they came out trying to run the football on us and keep the game, let's call it close, and they did a good job of that. And I thought we did a better job in the second half in some situations, but everything starts with gap integrity in the run game and doing your job, and then tackling. I thought at times we could have tackled better than we did. So we go back and look at that as well and evaluate and try and grow from it. I think that's the important piece. Third downs were way better this go around, so that's a step in the right direction. And then closing the game out defensively was good to see us be able to get there with our front four, and the rush and coverage work together there. So there's a lot of there's enough signs of growth, but there's on the other side of that, there's plenty of signs that we've got a lot more work to do. But I'm happy. I'll celebrate the win. That's for sure.
Saw Dorian Strong come in a few series for Tre'Davious play. What went through that decision?
Yeah, just looking at a young player and giving him some experience and some valuable reps, and it wasn't anything Trey didn't do. That was the plan going into the game.
And Sean, the decision to not have Codrick inactive.
Yep.
What went into that, and who you used on the returns?
Yep.
What went into that?
Similar, just looking at different players, seeing how the roster, the game day roster looks with different players up, different players down, with the goal of making sure we have our best guys out there, as we head down the road here.
Walker and Phillips, that tandem. How impressive would you see those two guys out there?
Yeah, two big guys. It was good to have Jordan up for this game, and he brings some things. He brings an edge to our defense. He loves to play, plays with an edge.
Sean, your 90th win.
Yeah.
When especially a tough game like today, how's that feel to hit that?
Yeah.
Continuing to move up the win totals in the overall.
Yeah, what a blessing. I mean, what a blessing. Got a great staff around me through the years. Really great players around me, and you can't do this job by yourself. And extremely grateful. Grateful to God, grateful for all those who have helped me over the years. And like I said, it's a true team effort. So trust me, I wasn't thinking about trying to get 90 during the game. That was a hard game, and we knew it was going to be tough. They're all tough. So, but I'm extremely grateful and grateful to the fans too, because a lot of those wins have happened at home. So they played a big part in it.
Coach, you're putting up 30 points, and like you just mentioned, with room for growth, and you getting much. How scary could this team really be when things really just start to click and come this season?
Well, we'll see. I don't think we really know, Mookie, yet. We'll see. It's a week-to-week league. It's a hard league to win. So you celebrate every win and you learn. You learn from the wins. You learn from the ones that don't work out the way that you hope they work out. Right, Vic? Yeah, you've been in this league a long time, a lot of you guys, right? And it's not easy. Right? It's not easy. So it's good to get a 1:00 home win and a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And I'm going to go home and watch somebody else sweat it out a little bit here. So,
Your reaction to Josh on that final scoring drive at the throw to Dalton, obviously the run before him.
Yeah, the will to win. At halftime, I could tell he just had that look in his eye. And he's just got an incredible will to win and spirit about him. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And when he made that scramble run, I think, on one of those drives, and he just, when he raises his level of play, it's like, okay, boys, they raised their level of play. And they knew what time it was. And again, I should have credit when I started. The second half running game was legit. It really was. Coach Cromer, Coach Gunn, Joe calling those, dialing them up, and the O-line, all involved in the running game. Did a phenomenal job. I think in the first half we had close to 60 yards, and to end with 165 is very impressive. That adjustment, and I thought the staff overall did a great job of communicating and making the adjustments we had to make to pull the game out. So, good. All right, thank you all. Appreciate it.